What's up? It's your boy D Change coming at ya with another Daily Dave. It's Saturday night, April 4th, 2020. I slept all day. It's getting to me, man. I think the I think the days are blending into each other too much. I think I'm not sleeping properly, even though I should still be. You know, we wanna we wanna keep that structure of everyday normal life, but I guess it is difficult to do when you can't choose where you get to live your life technically anymore, right? In a shelter in place environment, um, your environment tends to be permanent. I mean, yeah, the good thing is I can still go outside and walk around, but considering the peak will be coming, you know, some people are saying late April, some people are, early May. People are even saying June. Kind of depends on a bunch of different factors, but basically, considering things are getting worse, or things will get worse before they get better, uh, exercising additional caution would be nice. So I gotta go order some masks. I think I need to look into getting more stuff delivered rather than going out to get it, and getting higher volumes of supplies really, because the more you can reduce going out there where people are, the better off you will be. I've been hearing reports about people still catching COVID-19 or getting it, even though they've practiced, you know, crazy hand washing, social distancing, isolation, and all that. And it sucks, but like I guess it's just a matter of like it's the luck of the draw, right? Because I guess there are certain situations where you might expose yourself unknowingly. Just listen to a Science Versus episode about is coronavirus airborne, and I guess the technical definition is still like no, like the jury's out, you know. But what they explained in that show was there is a possibility of viral particles existing in the air for up to 3 hours, but that doesn't mean it's a virus, a fully intact virus that can infect you. Also, what matters is the amount of viral load you receive. If it doesn't pass a certain threshold, then technically you're not gonna get the disease. But it's confusing because they've been trying to test, where this is happening, in what situations this could work, and it's a dynamic situation, right? So the current advisory is still, wash your hands frequently, physically distance from people 6 feet or more. The further away the better, and don't go to places where there's bad ventilation for sure. If the air can't move and particles can sit for a long time, then that's one reason. There's like door entrances are where a lot of people pass through. Those could be considered high risk zones as well. And public bathrooms, thank goodness, pretty much most of them are like shut down now, or at least like I mean, you can't use a restroom in a restaurant anymore. But I'm sure that in essential areas such as retail and maybe like doctors' offices, and especially in hospitals, you're still gonna find stuff like that. And what was the last thing? What was the last thing I was thinking about? Um, Darn, I don't know. But yeah, so I guess you can't be too careful, right? I definitely think I should start walking around with masks. I don't think I need to be carrying gloves on me necessarily, but I know I've seen people shopping with gloves on. So the problem with gloves is that uh, the reason why you use gloves is to keep from dirtying your hands, which makes a lot of sense. But it's kind of like you can kind of solve the issue. You can still take care of that problem by washing your hands. The thing is, you don't want. This is the same advisor with masks, right? Like you don't want the false sense of security, because if you touch your face with your gloves, you're still gonna, your gloves are still dirty. So that's bad. I think I've been bitten by an insect right here in between the knuckles. It sucks. It's all itchy and red. Anyway, but yeah, I can definitely see masks helping though, because even if the screen is not small enough to prevent viral particles from entering, what you're still doing is you're placing something on your face in an attempt to defend against additional particles, because they could run into the walls of it, right? And yeah, you're supposed to properly dispose of everything. I don't know. I haven't gone too crazy about sanitation, as in like I'm not stripping down my clothes and setting it on fire prior to entering the house, but everyone can weigh the risks however they want. So I know the consequences can be really terrible, especially if you're living with people that are immunocompromised or elderly. So I don't know, it's tough. It's really tough. Or you could just live life how you normally do, maybe without going out and having parties and stuff like that. But yeah, who knows? There's trying to stick to the guidance and how it changes all the time. I have to admit, sucks, but it's just the way it is. It's a novel virus, so there's new things, new developments. Anyway, yeah, not a whole lot going on. Just I think I'll save what I was gonna talk about for another time, since I've already gone long enough with another public service announcement or something like that. Otherwise, I guess I've just been trying to look for stuff to watch, like movies. I ended up skimming through like House of Flying Daggers and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon yesterday evening. And man, I just remember when the actress in those two movies, Zhang Ziyi, or Zhang Ziyi would be the proper pronunciation. I just remember when she like first showed up in Hollywood, and she was in like Rush Hour 2. I was like, wow, like this is really cool. Like Asians, hashtag Asians, right? And she even said in an interview long ago that like she purposely chose roles that were not, that were not super silly and stuff. Like she didn't want to take any roles that were like, that made her look like some sort of weak character. And I really respect that, I'm surprised that she's now 41 years old. I'm like, wow, time really flies, But yeah, that was quite the crazy thing back then. And of course, there was the controversy of Memoirs of a Geisha, because it was just like, hey, everyone looks Asian, so let's just put them in this movie where they're supposed to be Japanese. But I get it, you can't win them all, I saw something on Twitter recently. I don't know where it's from. It was like in a Facebook ad or something like that. But it's like it's T-shirts where they say I'm not Chinese, I'm Korean, or like just hashtag I am not Chinese. And it's supposed to be like some sort of, I don't know, like if you're Asian and you're not Chinese, you can wear it so that clearly racists don't attack you. I don't know. I just think that shit is so stupid. Like it oh boy. Like that's not the point. If someone's attacking you because of the way you look, it's clearly not because they have any respect for what ethnic background or nationality or anything like that about you. Like in what situation would someone come after you, for your race, and you go, hey, actually, I'm not Chinese, I'm Vietnamese, and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, like I totally mistook you for someone, that I wanted to hate against. Like, Come on, like that doesn't happen. And then at the same time, like that whole attitude of like it's not my problem, like it's okay for these other people to suffer, like that's not cool either. So um yeah, I definitely think that is just the wrong way of thinking during this situation. So don't promote shit like that. But I just thought it was really funny because the tweet that accompanied that picture was like, oh, I didn't know that we just had to wear t-shirts to end racism, you know. And yeah, that's just it's extremely silly. So anyway, I think I've rambled for enough for this Saturday night. I hope you're all having a good weekend and you're staying safe and healthy. And oh, I remember what it was. The thing about toilet paper, right? Because everyone's still freaking out about not being able to get toilet paper. I mean, I think for California, um, we've been on this shortage for about 3 to 4 weeks now. And the hope is that, you know, in a month's time, the stock will replenish because the demand was super high for like one point in time, but the supply still exists. I guess the problem is I was reading a blog about how the reality is if you ask a lot of people to shelter in place, and it is an ask, it's not a demand. There's not heavy enforcement of it clearly, but if everyone's at home and you know pooping at home, then they're gonna use home toilet paper. Like the reality is, yes, the demand is actually getting higher, and so people are using more toilet paper. So I'm like, ah, dang it, like it is a real problem now. And the difference is, industrial toilet paper now is just kind of, you know, it's not being used as much anymore. But then you know how that is. It's like super thin, or you get the giant rounds, you know. It's good. It's something you might want to stock up on just in case. But yeah, it sucks. It's not the same like home comfort or whatever. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I'm thinking about how I want to pick up some more like shampoo and stuff, because I am starting to think, like I said earlier, I'm starting to think that I shouldn't be going out to stores and stuff as often, and we should batch our purchases more now. So rather than buying groceries for like, you know, twice a week or something like that, I want to be able to buy a week to 2 weeks worth of stuff at one time in one trip. Ideally, I should be using like grocery store delivery, um, and a lot of stores will offer that, but like the free shipping is like $35 to $50 or something like that. So, which is perfect if you're willing to stock up on extra stuff. But I can understand the difficulty if like you just want to grab some veggies. Like the last time I went, I don't think I spent that much money. So yeah, just something to think about. Um, try to try to plan ahead basically, and yeah, don't make any unnecessary trips. That's basically it. I do wonder if like walking around the neighborhood or the park is soon going to be like a problem as well. I really hope, I don't think so, but I don't know. Cases in my city are going up. So uh it's starting to be, I don't know. It's getting to a point where like I don't, you know, I don't want to be near sick particles, right? So I got to kind of think about that before venturing out as much anymore. I don't know. Like depending on where you are, it could be worse, could be better. You could be behind the curve, you could be past the curve. But yeah, we're all kind of going through these crazy stages of pandemic now. So anyway, like I was gonna conclude before, I hope you're all healthy and safe and doing well. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace out.